Hi, American people. I want to tell you something really important. Perhaps is one of the most important things that you should know. The Pentagon budget is close to $800 billion a year for the past 6-7 years. This year, they requested $813 billion for defense. Defense against who? Who dares to be the enemy of the strongest army in the world? As a matter of fact, is the strongest army ever built with the most advanced weapons. Who dare to be enemy of that? Who wants that enemy? Terrorism. Terrorism is the number one enemy of the United States. You probably heard name of some organization, terrorist organization such as Hezbollah, Ansarullah, IRGC, ISIS, and Taliban, etc. The major terrorists in the world who fund all of these organizations is the Islamic Republic in Iran. And they are officially announced that they are enemy of the United States. There were some organizations in the United States try to say that the Islamic Republic is elected, democratically elected by the Iranian people. These are lies. Iranian people never like that government and want that government. But one thing that you should know and is important for you to know is that $800 billion a year that goes out of your pocket actually cut off a lot of benefits from you and cause of your government is number one cause that your government cannot pay back its debt, and it goes more under the debt to the Federal Reserve, which is privately owned. This terrorist government in Iran, Islamic Republic, is the source of other terrorism. Many of the leaders of the terrorist organizations such as Hezbollah, they openly admitted that they receive funds and helps from the Islamic Republic. And the other one, like ISIS, Al-Qaeda, Taliban, they receive help as well, indirectly. There are evidence to prove that they are getting a lot of help from Islamic Republic. In fact, if there was no help from Islamic Republic, they could never exist. So, why this fight never ends? How they just grow more and more and more? They go to other countries. And now is almost 50 days that Iranian people, young, brave Iranian people, are in the street of major city in Iran to fight with the same terrorist government. And same terrorist government is terrorizing Iranian people. They kill innocent, young Iranian kids for not wanting them. Like Iranian people on the street shouting that they don't want this government. And the media try to hide that from you. They don't talk about it as much. Just compare it to Khashoggi. Compare it to that. And some other thing that they want to cover. This thing is happening in Iran is one of the most important things happening in the world, in this century, in the past 100 years. But they don't talk about it as much. 50 days that the brave Iranian people are in the street, getting killed, arrested, tortured by the same terrorist regime, the same enemy of you, American people. The same enemy that you spend $800 billion a year to fight them. And US government official doesn't do anything but talking. They get $800 billion a year from you to fight with them. But they actually don't do that. And that's the biggest hoax in the history of the world. Because this government in Iran, this Islamic government in Iran, are supported behind the scene by US government. I have evidence about that. This is Afshin Nariman. I am a journalist, independent journalist. I used to work for Voice of America from 2007 until 2013. I was fired from Voice of America in 2013. And I will explain you in future shows about what happened to me. And I witnessed a lot of corruption. I see that US officials supporting the Islamic Republic. But they are hiding it. In reality, they're supporting it. All the mullahs, those terrorist people who rule Iran, all their kids and children are in America. Most of them are in America. They live in the best places. They live in Beverly Hills. They live in McLean. They live in Potomac. They live in best cities in the United States and Canada. Vancouver, Toronto, London, many major cities and beautiful cities and rich area. They live there freely. And they are supporting the Islamic regime in Iran from the American soil. That's why I call it a hoax. I want to keep it short this time, but I want you to know that right now, the tear gases that you use in Iran are made in England. The Islamic Republic is supposed to be sanctioned, but they receive help to suppress their people. They receive help from the West, to suppress their own people. The suicide drones engine that used in Kurdistan months ago is from Austria. And some of their parts came from US. Come from United States. The same government that spent $800 billion a year to fight with terrorism. They actually give them weapons. They did that before. There are a lot of evidence that proves that this government in Iran, Islamic Republic, came to power in 1979 by the help of CIA. I will talk about that in my future shows. Please subscribe, opposite channel, and share this information with your friends, with your American colleagues, with your American fellows. Because this is important. We are in the same battle as Iranian people are. Iranian people doesn't want that government, and we don't want that government. This is our national interest. American people's national interest is to remove Islamic Republic from Iran. But there are benefits for some companies and factories in the world. They want Islamic Republic in power, and they pay to the politician to not saying anything about it against them. They make you owe more to them, to the same people, and waste all your monies. I will explain that in my future shows. Thank you for watching. Again, this is Afshin Nariman. I'm an independent journalist.